Hanumanji meets with Bharat, and meeting with Bharat, face to face with Bharat, Hanumanji, he looks at Bharat, and Bharat is confused. Bharat is confused, for Bharat had only given thought to Hanuman earlier in that very same day. Have you ever thought of somebody and then out of nowhere, maybe you see them calling your phone? Have you ever thought of somebody and then maybe out of nowhere, they appear in front of you? And so Bharat, who had only thought of Lord Hanuman earlier in the day, was shocked to see that Lord Hanuman was standing in front of him. And he wondered what kind of jadoo was this? What is jadoo? What kind of magic? And so Hanumanji meeting with Bharat, Bharat looks in great anticipation for the last time Bharat had met with Lord Hanuman. Hanumanji left Bharat very worried and concerned. In the Ramayan, Goswami Tulsidas Ji writes, he says there was a time when Bhagwan Sri Ram, even God, he was disappointed with Lord Hanuman. Has somebody ever disappointed you before? Hello? Have you ever been disappointed before? Shake your head like this. Everybody? Have you ever disappointed somebody before? Shake your head like this. Everybody? Bharat becomes concerned. For the last time that Bharat met with Lord Hanuman, it was that time when Lakshmana was lying motionless on the battlefield. And Hanuman had given the unfortunate news that Lakshmana had been shot. And Bharat became confused and worried, and what will be the fate of Lakshmana? Now seeing Hanumanji again, he wonders what news is he going to bring. Do you know there are some people from the time you see them, you know it's bad news? Do you know some people from the time you see their number on your phone, you don't know they're going to cry and sick and trouble? And do you know there are some people, whether what they're going through, they're always positive and trying to be strong, and they're trying to motivate you as though something is wrong with you, as though they have no problems. Bharat, eager to hear what Hanumanji has to say, Hanumanji quickly says, "Oh Bharat, Shri Ram has said, prepare. He is on his way and he is coming back into Ayodhya." Bharat hearing this, his happiness knows no bounds. And Bharat becomes elated, overjoyed. And now overjoyed, Bharat now has to tell this news. Have you ever had to tell news? When we have to tell news, we never tell the exact thing. We add, we subtract, we polish. We give our own version. Is that true? Shake your head like this. Is that true? And so Bharat becomes excited, elated, ecstatic. And so who will he now tell? Bharat is making his way. Hearing the good news, the first person Bharat's mind runs on. Has your mind ever ran on somebody? Not run over somebody, eh? Have you ever given thought to somebody? The first person Bharat thinks of is his father. If my father was here, he'll be so happy. Bharat immediately goes to the portrait of his father, the picture of his father, and Bharat begins to tell the good news to this picture. Have you ever spoken to a picture before? In time gone by, when we had puja, we were not fortunate and privileged enough to have murtis. Well, not all of us. In the home that we grew up in the day when we had puja, we will use pictures on the bedi. A picture of Lord Hanuman, a picture of Lord Satyanarayan. For that was the only puja that we ever did in our home. A picture of Lord Hanuman holding the mountain, and a picture of Lord Satyanarayan with everybody sitting in front of him with 2 fig trees on the side. He goes to the picture and he speaks. He's talking to the picture. I have news for you. When you have those around you and you can talk to them, and you can eulogize them, and you can love them, and you can show affection, then do that. Don't wait until the time when they're not around and you have to talk to them through a picture. When you have to regret and wish that they were around to tell them what you want to tell them, how you want to tell them. Bharat goes to the picture and Bharat begins to talk. He's talking to his father who had died. Have you ever wished that you could talk to somebody who died? Have you ever wished that you could have a conversation with somebody who died? Have you ever wished that you could hear the voice of some person who died? While the living people talk to you, you say, hush your mouth now, you're talking too much. But you want to hear the dead people. Strange, huh? That's how we operate. That's how we function. And so, going to the picture, then the next place he's going to, where is he going? Quickly he rushes and he goes into the chambers of the queens and giving the good news to the queens. They're so excited. Then Bharat goes and he tells all the disciples of Ayodhya, and now news spread like wildfire and everybody knows that Sri Ram is coming. Ayodhya is not plunged into sorrow anymore. Ayodhya is celebrating. What are they celebrating? Ayodhya is dancing and festive. The beings who live in Ayodhya, they do not know what to do to welcome Rama. They do not know how to show their love for Rama. They do not know how to express their devotion towards Rama. Have you ever been in the company of a person and you don't know what to do to make them happy? Have you ever been in the company of a person and from the time that person steps in front of you, you get confused? You become lost? Have you ever had a special guest to your home and you want to make sure that that guest is well taken care of and you give them a brand new towel to wipe their skin? Have you ever been that special guest and you had to wipe your skin with that new towel? Have you ever tried to wipe your skin with a new towel before? What happens? You're trying to make that person comfortable, but indirectly that person becomes very uncomfortable. Because your best maybe is too good, or maybe your best is not good enough. The intention might be right. And so, the beings of Ayodhya, they can't wait for when Sri Ram will come. But now, what will happen? Something is happening. They started lining the streets, and the ladies started doing something amazing. When they were to worship, and when you are to worship, you cover your head, isn't it? It is prescribed scripturally that you must cover your head. I want to say commendations to all the ladies of the Ganesh Utsav Foundation for always having your heads covered without me or anybody else having to tell you. I want you to give yourselves a little clap. Ladies, give yourself a little clap. I am proud of you. Bhagwan will be proud of you. For you have now practiced what is called dharma. This is one of the tenets and the teachings of dharma. That when you pray, you must cover your head. But in this instance, as the ladies were welcoming and preparing to welcome Sri Ram, they were not covering their head. They were taking their urnis and lining the street. So that Bhagwan, his foot will not touch the earth. He will walk on their urni. They were sprinkling the flowers and they were lighting diyas and they were playing the drums and they were dancing and they were singing. And they did not know how to express themselves to Sri Ram. And casually Sri Ram is coming into Ayodhya. And casually he is coming with the army of the Vanars, the monkeys. And Sri Ram is pointing out to them the different things in Ayodhya. And so he is introducing them to Ayodhya. He is like a tour guide, showing them what is and where it is, and calling by name everything in Ayodhya. But Sri Ram says something amazing to the Vanars. What does he say? Listen to what he says. Rama bhaju, Rama bhaju, Rama bhaju bai. 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 दर्शन दे कहाँ जन्म भूमि माता सुनत कहाँ दर्शन होई सुनत हरे कर मातन सेवा सुनि बेर कर कहाँ उतल हरे का रमा भजो रमा भजो रमा भजो बाई रमा भजो रमा भजो रमा भजो बाई रमा भजो रमा भजो रमा भजो बाई He's telling Devanas, he says this place is a Tirak. This place is a holy place. This place is referred to as Janabhoomi, the place where I took my manifestation. He says, but what makes this place auspicious is not me. It is because my mother dwells in this place. And so, any place that my mother dwells, that place is like Swarga. That place is like heaven. Listen to what he's saying. He says, and this place is auspicious, not because I was born here, but this place is auspicious because my mother lives here. And so, uttering these words, what will happen? Sri Ram enters into the kingdom, and entering into the kingdom, listen, Sri Ram, he now has to visit. Who will he go to first? Who will he visit first? Who will he look for first? There are three queens, Kaikeyi, Kausalya Devi and Sumitra. Kausalya is his mother. Kaikeyi Devi is responsible for sending him into the forest. And Sumitra Devi, she is subtle, she is calm, she is collect. Who will he look for first? If it was you and you were Sri Ram, who would you look for first? Listen, listen, listen to the story of humility being taught from scripture tonight. Sing with me. Rama bhaju, Rama bhaju, Rama bhaju bai. Rama bhaju, Rama bhaju, Rama bhaju bai. Rama bhaju, Rama bhaju, Rama bhaju bai. Rama bhaju, Rama bhaju, Rama bhaju. Clap your hands. Sing with me, everybody. Rama bhaju, Rama bhaju, Rama bhaju bai. 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 बचन सुनत कह प्रेम हृदय चलत बोले कह रे नित जय. Makes his way into the kingdom. नरगह सुमेरो हो पुण्य मगरे सकल मित कह रे भजते. Marching into the kingdom. Everybody there thinks that he's going to meet his mother, his biological mother, his birth mother. But where is he going? He's not going there at all. He's heading in the direction of a different chamber. And so everybody, they're confused seeing his action. And what happens? Sachatah bole kaha niratah pai. हाथ जोड़ कह दर्शन माई. नेकर प्रेम अनंत हरे की सुमिरे राम को सरपुर देहियो. जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम. श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम. He goes to the chamber of Kaikeyi Mata. The Devi who had banished him, he goes to her chamber. Want to see God? Want to find Bhagwan? Don't look for him in this murti. See him. See him in the beings that you don't like. And it is so easy for us to dislike people. I tell the little joke. Papa Mallu has puja every month. I go to that home every month. But when I'm walking down the stairs, there is a huge picture of Lord Hanuman. And you come face to face with the feet of Lord Hanuman. So when you see Lord Hanuman, you're forced to bow. Because the foot is directly in front of you. So you bow. But then eventually, I started seeing a picture of myself there. And they removed Lord Hanuman and they put a big picture of me there. So after seeing it for the first month, and I found myself bowing to me, because I'm so accustomed to bowing to Lord Hanuman. And after seeing this picture there for months upon months, then one day, I walked back up the stairs and I said, Mama, Papa, why do you have a picture of me there? And Papa said, I can't tell you. I said, why? He said, I can't tell you. You might get vexed. I said, no, tell me, I will not get vexed, I'm promising. He says, well, my Pundit tell me, get a picture of the person you don't like and put it up on the altar. And when you can see God in that person, then you have found God. I looked at him and I said, Papa, you don't like me? He said, no. I said, you sure you don't like me? He said, no. I said, why? He said, because I love you. There is a difference with like and love. Till today, when I walk down that stair, I too bow to that picture of me. Tonight, he goes to Mata Kaikeyi and he bows to her feet. Mata putra se pyar piya hai jitna, kaun karega itna, kaun karega itna. Mata putra se pyar piya hai jitna, kaun karega itna, kaun karega itna. Premanand, with love and with devotion. It says, Kaikeyi Mata, she embraced Sri Ram, and she could not believe that Bhagwan Ram came to her first. She started to cry. She started to repent. She started to beg for Chama. Chama means forgiveness. And she says, oh Rama, please, I am begging you, forgive me. Forgive me for my shortcomings. Shri Ram, he looks at Mata Kaikeyi and he says, there is no need to beg me. There is no need to repent, for you are forgiven. What has to be will always. What has to happen will happen. We can't change the inevitable. We can prepare ourselves. We can try to shield ourselves. But we can't hide from what has to happen. What is destined to happen will happen. And so, Mata Kaikeyi, she says, Chama karo, forgive me. Beg me. I'm begging you, forgive me. And so Shri Ram says, there is no need to beg. You are forgiven. What has to happen will always happen. And so as he utters these words, Mata Kaikeyi, with tears in eyes, she begins to speak to Shri Ram. What will she say? Mata, have you ever spoken to your children with tears in your eyes? Have you ever cried silently so that your children will not see? And so Mata Kaikeyi, she is crying. And what is she saying? Listen to what Mata Kaikeyi is saying. Mata putra se pyar piya hai jitna, kaun karega itna, kaun karega itna. Who could love a son more than a mother? I want to change that a little though. Who could love a son more than a grandmother? I want to change that. Who could love a son more than a grandmother? I don't know about your grandmother, but I know about mine. I know about my both grandmothers. I know for a fact that they loved me. I know that. Tonight, Mata Kaikeyi, she's begging for forgiveness. And Sri Ram says there is no need to beg. And she's saying, who can love a child more than a mother? I'm your mother. And she says, Rama, did you really forgive me? You and I and all of us who live here in Trinidad and Tobago and maybe some of the Caribbean islands and maybe wherever, we say, I forgive you, you know, but I'll never. Have you ever said that before? I forgive you, you know, but I can't forget. I just can't forget. Mata Kaikeyi, she says, Rama, did you really forgive me? And Sri Ram says, yes, Mata. And he says, she says, well then, if you have forgiven me, I want you to give me a varadan. I want you to give me a boon. Kaikeyi Mata, who sent Sri Ram into the forest for 14 years, Now seeing him after 14 years is saying to him, I want you to give me a Varadan. If somebody did that to you and they said to you, I want you to give me a Varadan, what will you do? How will you react? When you're in the puja, don't lie. Talk the truth. Auntie Janet, what will you do? Huh? Shri Ram smiles and he says, Mata Kaikeyi, ask for whatever it is you want. Ask whatever it is you want and I will give it. I will give it to you. The Raghukul dynasty, the lineage from which Bhagwan Shri Ram comes from, they believe in something. They believe in a philosophy. What is their philosophy? Goswami Tulsidas Ji says. Listen to what Shri Ram says. Shri Ram says, ask whatever it is you want and I will give it to you. He has no clue what she's going to ask for. But Goswami Tulsidas Ji writes, he says, the Raghukul dynasty, the lineage from what Shri Ram comes from, believes in something. What do they believe in? Raghukul riti sada chali aayi, pran na jaye varu bachan na jaye. Jai Ram Shri Ram Jai Jai Rama, Shri Ram Jai Rama Jai Jai Rama. Raghukul riti sada chali aaye, pran na jaye varu bachan na jaye. It is better to die than to break the promise that you would have given. You must always stand by the vow that you have made, and you must never abandon that, whether what the situations may be. You and I, we promise and we remember our promises conveniently. Let me change that word, selectively. Isn't it? Is that true? Is that true? Shake your head like this. Hello? Shake your head like this. Turn to the person next to you. Make sure they're shaking their head. Make sure they're shaking their head. It says, Kaikeyi Mata, she has asked, and Shri Ram has vowed that I will give you whatever you're asking for. And what do you think Kaikeyi Mata is asking for? Listen to what Kaikeyi Mata wants. Mangala Bhavanaya, Mangala Bhavanaya, Mangala Hari, Prabhu Sudha Sarata Jida Bihari, Diratanu Dekara, Dinataru Dekara, Mitana Pai, Putra Narihi Kana Kausilyana Pai, Kaha Mara na bachan, Kaha Mara na bachana hitakari, Chalahu avara hari bisrari. Jai Ram Shri Rama, Jai Ram Shri Rama, Jai Jai Rama. Shri Ram Jai Rama, Jai Jai Rama. Jai Ram Shri Rama, Jai Ram Shri Rama, Jai Jai Rama. Shri Ram Jai Rama, Jai Jai Rama. Mangala Bhavanaya, Mangala Bhavanaya, Mangala Hari, Prabhu Sudha Sarata Jida Bihari. Jai Ram Shri Rama, Jai Ram Shri Rama, Jai Jai Rama. Shri Ram Jai Rama, Jai Jai Rama. Kaikeyi Mata, she says, Rama, if you have really forgiven me, then I want you to give me a Varadan. And the Varadan, the gift that I want, is that in your next manifestation, I want you to be reborn in my womb as my child. I don't want you to be the child of Kausalya. I want you to be my child. Have you ever wished that somebody could be your child? Somebody else's child could be your child? Have you ever wished that Bhagwan had blessed you with a child like somebody else's child before? And so, asking like this, she says, if you really forgive me, I want you to bless me with the Varadan, the gift that you'll be reborn in your next manifestation as my child and not the child of Kausalya. And Shri Ram, who has already promised, I will give you what you're asking for, can't change what is destined. It is destined that Kausalya Devi will always be his mother, whether what kalp he has to take his manifestation. It is destined. And so he says, Mata Kaikeyi, I cannot give you exactly what you're asking for, but let me see how best I can fulfill your request. And what does Sri Ram say? Listen to what he says to Mata Kaikeyi. Sochah biratah, sochah biratah, niratah dhai, karatah jori karade napai. Krishna ho Rama, Krishna ho Rama, Devaki Mai. यशोदा की नंदन को सरतारी. जय राम श्री राम, जय राम श्री राम, जय जय राम. श्री राम जय राम, जय जय राम. Sing with me. जय राम श्री राम. Sing with me. जय राम श्री राम, जय जय श्री राम, जय राम, जय जय. I want to hear you sing. Sing with me, everybody. Let's sing. Jai Ram Shri Rama, Jai Rama, Jai Jai Shri Ram Jai. Sing with me. Jai Ram Shri Rama, Jai Ram Shri Ram, Jai Jai Shri Ram, Jai Rama, Jai Jai Rama. Shri Ram says, I cannot give you exactly what you're asking for, but in your next manifestation, your name will be Yashoda. And Kausalya's name will be Devaki. And my name will be Krishna. And so I will come. I will take my manifestation. And as narrated, I will be born to Devaki. But as soon as I am born, they will take me as a babe to Yashoda. You will take care of me and nurture me in my childhood as though I am your child. Kaikeyi Mata, hearing this, she becomes excited and she agrees. And hearing this and agreeing, what will happen? This is how the Leela happened. That in the prison cell of Kamsa, as soon as Krishna was manifested, what will happen? The doors will open, the shackles will drop, everybody will fall asleep. And so then Vasudeva will take this little baby Krishna across the river Yamuna to the home of Nanda Baba and Yashoda. And he will switch the babies. Sometimes parents have to wonder, did they switch my child in the hospital? Did something happen? How is my child behaving like this? Is this really my child? Did I really have to do something with this creation? And so switching the baby. This is how the Leela came into being. From the Ramayan, the promise was made. And so now that Kaikeyi Mata feels comfortable, Shri Ram makes his way He goes and he visits Sumintra Devi. He goes and he visits Kausalya Devi. But the queens are now so excited. The queens begin to give dan. They begin to give annadan, food, vasradan, clothing, sonadan, jewelry. Godan, they begin to give the cow. Bhumi dan, they begin to give the earth. And they begin to give lavishly. They're not giving selfishly, they're giving lavishly. When you and I, the opportunity comes to give without expecting in return. And the returns that will come will be beyond your expectation too. And so, giving in dan, the Guru now speaks. And what will the Guru say? Listen, the Guru speaks. सोचा गुरु कहा कृपा निधानी उतर करी जोरी कल आनी. The Guru is speaking, and as the Guru speaks, Sri Ram puts his hands together and he bows his head. With humility, he's listening to the words of the Guru. When your Pundit speaks to you, how do you address him? How do you address him? When your Guru speaks to you, how do you address him? You no longer say Baba. You no longer say Baba Ji. You no longer say Pandit Ji. You call by the name. You address by his name. If his name is Sunil, you say Sunil. Huh? For short, you say Sun. Huh? My Guru said to me, he said, your name is not Sunil. I said, how do you know? He said, well, I give you the name, boy. I said, so what is my name? He said, your name is Sunil. Sunil. And you just heard the meaning of what it means. And I said to him, I said, well, everybody calls me Sunil. He said, all right, well, I will call you the right thing. And hopefully they will hear and they will start calling you the right thing too. It says, the Guru is speaking, and as the Guru begins to speak, Sri Ram puts his hand together and he bows his head in humility. Sri Ram, who is God, Sri Ram, who is Bhagwan, Sri Ram, who is a manifestation of Lord Vishnu, he bows his head in humility. Then what is preventing you, and what is preventing me, and what is preventing all of us from bowing our heads in humility to Bhagwan? What is preventing us? A thing that is called ego. Because we have forgotten that we are human beings. We have forgotten that we were born. We have forgotten that we will die. We have forgotten that we are not the jewelry we wear. We have forgotten we are not the clothes that we wear. We have forgotten we are not the job status and title that we carry. We have forgotten that we are not the house that we live in. We have forgotten we are not the car that we drive. We have forgotten that we are not the Louis Vuitton shoe that you wear. Because you think all of those things define who you are. And all of those things, all they do is create ego, create pride, create a show. So, what will happen? The Guru says to Rama, go to the river. Go to the river and cleanse yourself. And by cleansing yourself, leave those garbs in the river. Give up that status of being in bond, in exile, in the river. Leave it there. Have you ever been told, go by the sea and bathe with a blue soap and leave your clothes inside of there to wash away your blight? You know where blight is? Blight is not physical, you know. Blight is mental. Do you know that? Why does somebody have to tell you, bathe with a blue soap? To create an awareness that some kind of cleansing has to be done. But why does somebody have to tell you that cleansing has to be done? Why can't you sit and analyze on your own that I need to change? I need to change my behavior. Why can't you analyze on your own and think that some kind of cleansing has to be done with the kind of company that you keep, and with the kind of food that you eat, and with the kind of music that you listen to, and the kind of clothes that you wear? Why does somebody have to tell you? Why can't you figure it out on your own? The Guru speaks and he says, Rama, leave your garb in the river and come back dressed in your robes, shining, now to be crowned the king of Ayodhya. Listen to what he's saying. Throw away those robes. You and I, on the other hand, we like to wear the clothes that have the hole in it. We like to wipe our skin with a towel that's see-through. Huh? We say that thing over comfortable. If you know how that thing comfortable, huh? It says, the Guru giving the instruction, what will happen? Leave your garment in the river, groom yourself, and look befitting a king. Dress for success. Dress for success. I want to tell you a little secret. You feel that life is turbulent and things are not going the way you want it to go? Don't wear dark clothing. Wear nice, light, airy, white, breezy clothing. You feel as though you can't sleep properly? Don't paint your wall in purple and dark grey in your bedroom. Paint it in white. You're going there to rest peacefully. Paint it in white. You want accent wall and sleepless night. Strange, huh? And then you say, Baba, me know you have to make a guard. You think the guard will make you sleep? It is all mental, in your mind. Prepare yourself mentally. It says, the Guru giving the instruction, Shri Ram goes. And as Shri Ram goes, following the instruction, something happens. Listen, the Katha tells us finally tonight. Mangala Bhavanaya, Mangala Bhavanaya, Mangala Hari, Prabhu Sudasa Rata Jira Vihari. Sing with me, everybody. Jai Ram Shri Rama, Jai Ram Shri Rama, Jai Jai Shri Ram, Jai Rama, Jai Jai Rama. Kama Devarati, Kama Devarati, Sumiru Pakari, Savachit Prema Aranda Pai, Sumire Rama Ko Sarpur Raja, Sona ki asan bete nibhana. Jai Ram Shri Rama, Jai Ram Shri Rama, Jai Jai Rama. Shri Ram Jai Rama, Jai Jai Rama. Shri Ram, after taking his bath on Mother Sita, what will happen? Wearing their nice clothing, as they go to sit on this Sona ke asan. Sona means golden, this golden throne. As they go to sit on the golden throne, you know what happens? It says their beauty, their radiance, their splendor cannot even be matched by Rati Devi and Kamadev. Who is Rati Devi? Who is Kamadev? Kamadev is the god of love. Not love, you know, love. Kamadev is the god of love. Their beauty, not even that word love could describe the beauty that they possessed. And so as Sri Ram and Mother Sita sat on the throne, and so the crowns were placed on their head, and the mantras were chanted, and they now became king and queen of Ayodhya. At that time, something happens. What will happen? Tomorrow night we will listen. Umapati Mahadeva ki jai, Pavan Suta Hanuman ki jai, Ayodhya Ramilala ki jai, Vrindavan Krishna Chandra ki jai, Puresa Jagannath ki jai, Bolo Gai Sab Santane ki jai, Siyapati Ramchandra ki jai, Sharanam Syavar Ramchandra ki Jai. Bhagwan Shri Ram and Mata Sita, they're now the king and the queen of Ayodhya. But now that they're sitting on the throne, the crown has been placed on their head, something happens.